Hi guys, how are you? I hope you're getting out and enjoying this beautiful day and happy early Easter. I wanted to go ahead and post a chapter today because we're doing chapter 25 again from All the Answers by Kate Messner. So here we go. This one's called Sad Songs. On Sunday morning, Ava finished her homework. She tried to fill up the afternoon with saxophone practice. Over and over, she played the songs Miss Ferrero had given her. She was getting all the notes to the Titanic song, but it didn't sound right. It didn't sound true. Ava wondered if watching that sad scene in the movie would help, but she decided she was too full of her own sadness to make room for any of Leonardo DiCaprio's, so she put that piece away and took out the Johnny Hodges song she'd played for Grandpa. That one was better. After she played it a few times, her stomach felt less twisty. It wasn't going to help her with the audition, though. She had to play one of the pieces she'd been given, and the more Ava thought about it, she couldn't imagine surviving Monday. She had to go to school and get on the bus bound for the adventure course of doom, and if she survived that, she'd have jazz tryouts after school. Ava put her saxophone away and sat down at her desk. The pencil was there. She'd been trying so hard not to use it, but there it was, so she picked it up. Ava had tried all day to keep the questions about Mom pinned up in the back of her mind. Now they spilled out one after another. What time is Mom's appointment on Monday? 1 o'clock. Is her doctor good at treating cancer? No answer. What is her doctor's success rate with breast cancer patients? Dr. Becerra's 5-year survival rate for breast cancer patients is 61%. Ava almost choked on the lump that welled up in her throat. That was awful. 61% was hardly more than half. Does that mean my mom has almost a 50% chance of dying? No. Why not? Because her particular type of breast cancer responds better to treatment than many others. That answer should have made Ava feel better, but it didn't. Which others? What kind of cancer was it? And what was it doing in there, invisible in her mom's body? Had it already started to spread? Ava knew the pencil wasn't always right. It had totally messed up on Jason and Sophie. But what if the pencil had been right about the cancer, but wrong about this particular detail, and really Mom's cancer was way worse? Ava's hand couldn't keep up with her frantic thoughts. It was like that I Love Lucy episode Dad showed her and Sophie once, where those chocolates kept flying down an assembly line, and Lucy and Ethel couldn't keep up, so they tried to eat them all and ended up a mess. Probably sick, too. That's how Ava felt, but she couldn't stop. What kind of breast cancer does Mom have? Stage 1B. What does that mean? The pencil was quiet. Ava's eyes burned with tears. How was that not specific enough? She needed to know what stage 1B meant. And she couldn't go downstairs and Google it, or everybody would want to know why. Her fists tightened around the pencil. She hated it so much, but she needed it. Her hand shook as she wrote, "What are the characteristics of stage B breast cancer?" With stage 1B breast cancer, the voice said, the tumor is 2 centimeters in diameter or smaller, and there is evidence that cancer has spread to the lymph nodes with small clusters of cells no longer than a grain of rice. Lymph nodes? They hadn't learned that in life science yet, but it sounded bad. What are lymph? Ava hurled the pencil and its stupid broken tip across the room. It bounced off the door with a crack, and Ava put her head down on her desk and sobbed. She cried until her throat hurt and her head pounded and her eyes were all puffy, and she got the hiccups. She finally quieted enough to hear a knock on the door. She didn't bother trying to sound okay. She wasn't. Yeah? The door opened slowly and Graham peered in. "Honey, what's wrong?" Tears spilled down Ava's face again. She couldn't claim nothing was wrong. This was more obvious than blinking. "My pencil broke." It sounded stupid, but Graham was the kind of person who knew she didn't need to point that out. "I see." She looked thoughtfully at the blue pencil on the floor, picked it up, walked over to the pencil sharpener on the wall, and started turning the handle, grinding away at it. Ava could see it getting shorter, being eaten before her eyes. "Graham, I can do that." "That's okay, it's done." She held the stubby pencil up as if it were a rose and presented it to Ava at her desk. Here you are. Thanks. Ava took a shaky breath. Ava? Graham stood waiting. Yeah? This is not about your pencil, is it? Ava shook her head. Want to talk about it? She did so much, but she couldn't. No, I'll be okay. Graham nodded. If you change your mind, I'll be in the family room watching CNN. Been a busy day out there in the world. Who are you praying for? Ava asked. The president. Don't tell your mom because she can't stand him. The people who would have had to leave home in that civil war in Africa, that singer you like, what's her name? Katina D. What's wrong with her? I saw that music video where she's out in the wind and rain wearing practically nothing. She's going to catch pneumonia. Graham shook her head. So I'm praying somebody finds her some pants and a coat. Let's see, there's also that Olympic skier who broke her leg training. All the workers who are unemployed. Graham ticked off the list on her fingers. And you. She kissed the tops of Ava's head and started for the door. Graham. Ava took a shaky breath. Maybe you should pray for people with cancer. I saw something about that on the news today, too. Graham nodded. Consider it done. All right, so that's a good end to the chapter. So the next one is actually chapter 26, and it's called The Field of Doom. So we're going to see how Ava enjoys her field trip. So I'll be checking in with you guys tomorrow on Easter with chapter 26. Hope you have a blessed day. Bye, guys.